Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope forecast for week commencing the 20th of January for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. This week begins with the Sun just on the cusp of leaving the sign of Capricorn, and by Tuesday it makes its way into Aquarius, the 11th sign of the Zodiac. It is fixed, it's governed by Saturn, the same ruler as Capricorn, but also Uranus. Now that's ironic because immediately this week the Sun goes into a right angle with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So both are fixed, and that can lead to a sustained approach, but also it can lead to a little bit of inflexibility. So one of the things we can do to deal with the potential for tension that this right angle does create is just try to go with things a little bit. But certainly the Sun moving into Aquarius, where there is already Mercury, does give us an opportunity to think more socially, to pick up the speed of things when it comes to our interactions with others. Mercury is also going to be forging a brilliant angle to Mars in the second half of this week. This gives us a clarity of thought in Aquarius, where Mercury is exalted, and Mars in Sagittarius is very much about expansion. So we could find ourselves traveling with friends or communicating with people at a distance. Now Mars does continue its semi-sextile with Jupiter, which is brilliant. So if you are applying for jobs at a distance or in a different locality, this can be a very helpful influence. It gives us a sense of encouragement. Now there is going to be a new moon which occurs on Friday in the sign of Aquarius. Of course, it's still squaring up with Uranus. So for the following month, our social plans and ideas need to take into account that perhaps someone close to us, a friend, or may have a different take on something, a different approach to finances, or perhaps we are going to reevaluate our values, which is governed by Aquarius, but in the physical sense by Taurus, because that's to do with everyday money. Now, it is also true that Venus in the last 2 days of this week is going to be aligning alongside Neptune. And also Mars does go into a right angle with Neptune, and therefore also with Venus, as this week draws to a close. So if there is somebody that we're drawn to, that we find very attractive and very alluring, it's probably best, especially if it's something that's moving quite quickly, Mars in Sagittarius, quite swift energy, that we just kind of really assimilate what this might be about. Venus conjunct Neptune can be a sign of true love if people are lucky enough to meet when this is happening, but it also can see us kidding ourselves about how good someone is, or someone we can put on a pedestal, we find out that actually they've got clay feet just like the rest of us. So it is important to understand anything to do with details, clarity and trust as this week draws to a close. But this friendlier vibe is coming in through the guise of the Sun and Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. Your specific forecast, Pisces, shows one absolutely standout moment for you this week, and it occurs right at the end of the week when Venus, which is exalted in your sign, goes into a conjunction with your ruler Neptune. This can give you a huge boost of imagination, magnetism. If you enjoy film or you enjoy photography or art, this can be a great time to really engage with those interests. But the Sun does move into a more hidden part of your scope and immediately clashes with a rather choppy energy of Uranus. Something could come out into the open this week which you're not expecting. Perhaps it can be contact from someone that you're not expecting, or perhaps it could be a sibling or a neighbour are going to surprise you with an observation. Try to take this in your stride. This is Uranus's clash with the Sun and also the new moon. More helpfully, Mercury, although it is in your 12th house, forges an excellent link to Mars. What you're doing quietly behind the scenes, perhaps even some research, can come back to you in a very positive way. Also, Mars is linking brilliantly to Jupiter. So your personal confidence and magnetism are raised by this as well. It's just that Mars does clash with Neptune and also Venus as this week draws to a close. So I wouldn't over egg the pudding if you're trying to put a proposal forward or trying to impress someone influential. It's important to be yourself and be creative, but I wouldn't try too hard. If you'd like to elevate your knowledge way beyond your zodiac sign and learn what the next 12 months will hold, please see the link beneath this video. You can order your 12-month horoscope forecast and your character analysis and get 30% off. But for now, good luck and goodbye.